The aim of today's episode is to simplify for you how I would go about choosing an IVF clinic. In my opinion, my top 5 tips on picking a clinic would be your doctor, the success rates, the experience, the costs, and egg donors. Chapter 2, choosing your IVF clinic. But before we do that, you need to understand the steps in the surrogacy process. When I started, I wanted a one-stop shop where I could give them everything, delegate to them, and they would help me do everything. That doesn't exist. What you have is you have independent parts that work together as a team to get you to where you need to be because of the conflict of interest. So for example, can you imagine if your IVF clinic was finding you your surrogate? You would never know whether or not the surrogate was actually medically appropriate for you. So it's best to have them done separately. So there are 3 people that you are going to work with to have your baby. Your IVF clinic, your surrogacy agency, and your reproductive attorney. All of whom work together as a team to get you to the outcome that you want, going home with a baby. So how to choose your clinic? 12 years ago, I felt lost. I knew one couple who had been through surrogacy in the United States, and I'd watched a CNN documentary that had resonated with me. That was it. Knowing what I know today, I would have done a lot more due diligence, and I'm going to give you my top 5 tips for you to choose your IVF clinic. In my opinion, my top 5 tips on picking a clinic would be your doctor, the success rates, the experience, the costs, and egg donors. Number 1, the doctor. Did you get a good feel for them on a personal level? Did they explain to you their experience in working in IVF and surrogacy? Did they explain the team and how it operates? Did they walk you through the entire process so you understood it? Did they answer your questions? If all of that was a yes, that's a great starting point. Number 2, success rates. Did they explain the differences between a live birth rate, a pregnancy rate? These are really important parts for you to know. So much so, I have a whole episode dedicated to just success rates. So listen to that one. Number 3, experience. Does the IVF clinic have extensive IVF and surrogacy experience? How many cycles do they do a year? Surrogacy is a lot more involved than IVF. There are more moving parts. Do they understand how that all comes together and fits together? If so, that's really good. Number 4, costs. Have you spoken to the finance team? Do you understand the programs? Do you understand the packages? How it's all laid out? Do you know what the entire cost is going to be from the outset? Are there any fertility benefits? Have they explained this to you? Do you understand the payment steps? Again, this is a really important topic and another episode for you to listen out for. Finally, number 5, egg donors. Does the clinic have an in-house egg donor database? If they do, are they pre-screened? Do you know whether those egg donors are ready to move forward? If they are, that can save you time because you can move quickly with donors versus having to wait. In my opinion, those are the top 5 things for you to look out for when you're choosing your IVF clinic. If you've got any questions, please ask below. We'll come back to you when we can.